Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you for joining me in the video today. Today I wanted to talk to you about this very rare and unusual instrument. So this is an F. Buisson sax system clarinet. Now I should state a disclaimer, I'm not actually 100% sure that these were called sax system clarinets. There really isn't a lot of information on these instruments. Unfortunately, I wasn't even able to find any original catalogs or advertisements or anything that really described them. The only information I really have from these is from a few forum posts and from instruments I've seen for sale on eBay and other places. But this is essentially an instrument that is a clarinet designed to have saxophone-like fingerings. So let me kind of explain what I mean by that. So let's imagine that you are a saxophone player. So you know the saxophone fingering pretty well. So let's say you're just playing a C scale. C is your 7-finger note, C, D, E, F, F first finger, G, A, B, and then C, you switch to the middle finger. So pretty simple fingerings. Now, let's say you want to go double on clarinet. So when you want to play clarinet, there's about 2 options available to you, more or less. Now, there are lots of different systems of clarinets, some more popular than others, but we're just going to kind of focus on 2 today. So you have the regular Buisson system clarinet. So just like the saxophone, ignoring the lower register and the fact that they overblow to 12. So let's say in the upper register, 7-finger note, again, is a C, D, E, F, G, A, B. When you get to the next C, though, is where it starts to change. So C in the upper register and F in the lower register in the clarinet is just your thumb. So it's different. So saxophone would be your middle finger, clarinet is just your thumb. So what other systems are there available? Well, there's also Albert or also German system. They're not the same, but for this demonstration, we can kind of assume that they have the same fingerings. So 7-finger note in the upper register C, D, E, F would either be with this key or 1 and 3. So that differs from saxophone. But the good news is that C and C sharp are just like a saxophone. So C, middle finger, C sharp, none of your front fingers, though you do still cover the thumb. So unfortunately, if you're a saxophone player, you're going to have to learn a few new fingerings. Well, of course you were, because clarinet overbows at a 12, saxophone doesn't, but you also have to learn a few additional fingerings in addition to that. But what if you could take some of those fingerings on both systems that are similar to saxophone and kind of put them together on one instrument? And why don't we add a few additional saxophone fingerings, like the 1 and 1 while we're at it? And why don't we also give it plateau keys? Well, that's exactly what a sax system clarinet is. So again, looking at the upper register, just to ignore the confusions of the 12ths, you have your 7-finger note is a C, D, E, F, just like a saxophone, G, A, B, C. So you have middle finger for C, and then C sharp. So that's pretty much what this instrument is. Now, of course, because the clarinet overblows at a 12, it has to go up from there. So let's look at the lower register now. So C, D, E, F, F sharp. G is no fingers down, just like it is on any other clarinet. G sharp, again, side key. A, front key, just like any other clarinet. B flat is your pitcher key, just like any other clarinet. So unfortunately, it's not exactly like saxophone, but the idea with this instrument is that you have a fingering system that's more similar to saxophone. And again, if you look at the other keys in instruments, for example, the pinky keys, so they're a lot like a saxophone. So think about low C sharp on a saxophone, your right C key, and then you press the C sharp key as well. And B, press the C key, and then you press the B key. So there are a few other fingerings that saxophones would normally have that you're missing. So it doesn't have a bis key, although if you just kind of push down on this pad cup, it does the same thing, but manufacturer probably didn't intend for you to do that. Other than that, it does have a few additional fingerings. So for example, low C sharp in a saxophone, you have to finger the low C key and then C sharp. And this one, it has what's called a patent C sharp. So you just finger like a low G, think about it like a D on a saxophone, and then you just press the B, E key, and that creates a C sharp. It doesn't have an articulated G sharp. It would be a C sharp, G sharp on the clarinet. Unfortunately, it doesn't have that key. It's just a plain old key. so you can't really do like trills from F sharp to G sharp. Not a huge deal, but yeah, other than that, pretty much saxophone-like fingerings. So I want to also give kind of a demonstration of the sound of this instrument. So I'm going to be trying to play this chromatic scale, and I'm going to try and show the camera as I'm playing it, just so you can kind of see the fingerings. Now, disclaimer, this instrument has not been restored. I've only replaced one pad and put a little bit of Teflon tape to get the barrel to seal, so it's probably not going to sound great, but I just want to give you guys an idea of what this instrument sounds like. So yeah, that's the sax system clarinet. And that's pretty much all I know about the instrument. As far as I can tell, it was maybe invented during the saxophone craze of the 1930s, but again, there's really not a lot of information about these instruments. If you know any information about these or have any old catalogs or advertisements, please send them my way. I will leave my email in the description. So thanks everyone for watching this video. I hope it was informative. I hope you learned something.